Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that I know a lot of you are really interested in. How to look like you've made it without, actually having to make it, at least in terms of your car budget. We all dream of cruising around in something that screams luxury, something that makes the neighbors peek through their curtains, but those price tags, oh boy, they can be a bit of a hurdle, can't they? Well, what if I told you that you can get that champagne image on a lemonade budget? It's true. I've scoured the used car market looking for those hidden gems, those vehicles that project an aura of expense and sophistication but can be snagged for less than $10,000. Yes, you heard that right, under $10,000. These aren't just beat-up old luxury barges. These are cars that still have a lot of life, a lot of style, and a surprising amount of modern features. Looking for a car that turns heads without breaking the bank? Here are 5 affordable cars that look fancy, all under $10,000. So buckle up, because today I'm going to show you 5 cars that will make everyone think you got a massive raise or won a small lottery. We'll go over their quirks, their cool features, and exactly why they look so much more expensive than they actually are. And trust me, some of these might genuinely surprise you. Let's get started. This is going to be fun. All right, kicking things off with a true icon of affordable luxury. It's the 2010 BMW 3 Series, specifically the E90 generation. Now, this is a car that even over a decade later still carries an undeniable prestige. Walk up to it and that kidney grille, the Hofmeister kink, the general tautness of its design, it just screams German engineering, and let's be honest, I have good taste. For under $10,000, you're getting a car that many people still associate with a significantly higher price point. It's the kind of car your boss might drive, or at least the car your boss drove a few years ago when it was new, and that image sticks. Believe me, it just has that successful professional vibe down pat. Now let's talk about that luxury, feel and performance, because BMW didn't just phone it in with the 3 Series. Inside, even on models you'll find under 10 grand, the materials generally feel pretty solid. You might not get all the fancy tech of a brand new Beamer, but the ergonomics are fantastic. The seats are supportive for those spirited drives, and the overall build quality is usually a cut above many of its contemporary rivals in the non-luxury space. And the drive. Many of these will have those fantastic inline-6 engines that are smooth, responsive, and make a genuinely pleasing sound. It's not just about looking good, it's about enjoying the experience of driving, which is a core BMW tenet, even on a budget. Of course, finding a good E93 series under $10,000 means you'll likely be looking at higher mileage examples. Or perhaps the less optioned out versions, like a 328i instead of a 335i. And yes, the quirk here can be maintenance. BMW parts and labor aren't exactly cheap, so a pre-purchase inspection is absolutely crucial, more crucial than with almost any other car on this list. But if you find a well-maintained one, you're getting a car that handles beautifully, looks sharp, and carries a badge that many people still aspire to own. It's a statement piece that can actually back up its looks with a truly engaging driving experience, a rare combination at this price. Next up, we have another German contender, and it's the 2012 Audi A4, specifically the B8 generation. Now, if the BMW is about sporty prestige, the Audi A4 from this era is all about sleek, understated, almost architectural design. This is a car that, especially with those distinctive LED daytime running lights that Audi really pioneered, just looks incredibly sharp and modern even today. It doesn't shout, it murmurs sophistication. It's the kind of car that suggests its owner is tech-savvy, appreciates clean lines, and probably has a very well-organized minimalist apartment. The panel gaps are tight, the paint quality is usually excellent, and it just exudes a sense of precision. Inside, the A4 continues that theme of premium interior. Audi has long been praised for its interior design and material quality, and the 2012 A4 is no exception. You'll find soft touch plastics, often real aluminum trim, and leatherette or leather seats that feel genuinely upscale. The MI infotainment system, while not as advanced as current systems, was pretty good for its time, and still looks relatively integrated and clean. Little things like the tactile feel of the switchgear or the satisfying click of the climate control knobs contribute to an overall ambience that feels more expensive than its current market price. It's a comfortable and quiet place to be, making it great for daily driving or even longer trips. finding a 2012 A4 under $10,000 is definitely achievable, often with reasonable mileage too. You might be looking at front-wheel drive models more commonly than Quattro all-wheel drive versions, but both offer that signature Audi refinement. The 2.0T engine is common and provides a good balance of power and efficiency, though like any turbocharged German car of this age, you'll want to check its service history thoroughly. It's a car that flies a bit more under the radar than the BMW, but to those who know, the four rings on the grille signify a certain level of engineering and design prowess, making it a fantastic choice for looking fancy on a budget. Chapter 3, the 2011 Mercedes-Benz C-Class, the three-pointed star for a steal. Our third Teutonic Titan on this list is the 2011 Mercedes-Benz C-Class, the W204 generation. And this is a car that for many people represents the quintessential entry into luxury motoring. That three-pointed star on the grille, or proudly standing on the hood on some trims, is instantly recognizable worldwide and carries an immense amount of brand cachet. The W204 C-Class, especially the facelifted models from 2012 onwards, though a 2011 pre-facelift is more likely, under $10,000 and still looks great, has a really solid, elegant and almost bank vault-like presence. It doesn't look overtly sporty like the BMW, nor as minimalist as the Audi. It looks substantial and dignified. When you step inside the 2011 C-Class, you're greeted with an environment that prioritizes comfort and a traditional sense of luxury. The seats are typically very well cushioned and supportive, designed more for comfortable cruising than for carving corners, though it still handles competently. The dashboard design is more upright and classic Mercedes with good quality materials, though perhaps not as overtly modern as the Audi of the same era. You might find features like dual-zone climate control, decent sound systems, and that overall feeling of solidity that Mercedes is known for. The command infotainment system can be a bit clunky by today's standards, a common quirk, but it gets the job done for basic audio and navigation if equipped. For under $10,000, you're likely looking at a C250 or C300 model. These cars were built to last, but as with any aging luxury car, maintenance is key. However, the W204 is generally regarded as being fairly reliable for a Mercedes of its era. The main draw here is undoubtedly the badge and the image it projects. Pulling up in a Mercedes, even one that's a decade old, still tells the world you appreciate quality and refinement. It's a car that makes you feel a bit more special every time you get behind the wheel. And that feeling of perceived value is exactly what we're looking for today. It's a comfortable, classy way to look like you've spent a lot more. Chapter 4, the 2013 Ford Mustang, American muscle that screams, "Look at me," for cheap. All right, let's shift gears dramatically and head across the pond to the good old USA for our fourth car, the 2013 Ford Mustang. Now this is a car that might not scream luxury in the traditional European sense, but boy oh boy does it look fancy and expensive to a huge number of people, especially those who appreciate bold American style. The S197 II generation, particularly from the 2013 to 2014 model years with their updated front and rear fascias, especially those cool sequential taillights, has a really aggressive and sporty appearance that just commands attention wherever it goes. It's iconic, it's muscular, and it has a presence that few other cars under $10,000 can match. Now, when we talk about power and sporty appearance, the Mustang delivers. Even the V6 model from 2013 packed a surprising punch with over 300 horsepower, which was serious business back then and still feels plenty quick today. And the sound. It's got that signature American rumble, even in V6 form, that just adds to its character. Inside, okay, it's not going to rival the Germans for soft-touch plastics or intricate wood trim. That's a definite quirk. But the interiors of these later S197S were a big step up from earlier models with better materials, available tech like Ford's Sync system, and sporty design cues like the deeply dished steering wheel and retro-inspired gauges. It feels purposeful and exciting. The reason a 2013 Mustang looks far more expensive than its sub-$10,000 price tag is its sheer audacity and brand recognition. It's a legendary nameplate. People see a Mustang, especially a clean, well-kept one from this era, and they think cool car, fast car, and often expensive car. It's a performance bargain that also happens to turn a lot of heads. You get a lot of visual drama and a genuinely fun driving experience for your money. It's a different flavor of fancy. More about excitement and presence than quiet luxury, but no less effective at making an impression. Chapter 5. The 2014 Hyundai Genesis sedan, the luxury imposter that fooled everyone. Finally, for our fifth car, we have a bit of a dark horse, a true stealth wealth champion, the 2014 Hyundai Genesis sedan. Now, when this first-generation Genesis, model code BH, came out, people were genuinely stunned. Hyundai making a car? But this is a vehicle that seriously delivered on its promise of upscale features and a stylish design, often for tens of thousands less than its established rivals. And now, on the used market, it's an incredible bargain for looking fancy. Its styling is handsome and clearly inspired by European and Japanese luxury sedans, but it does it well, looking substantial and elegant without being a blatant copy. Inside is where the 2014 Genesis really shines and shows off its upscale features. For under $10,000, you can often find these loaded with things like plush leather upholstery, heated and sometimes even cooled front seats, a pretty decent Lexicon sound system, which is genuinely fantastic, and a surprisingly refined cabin ambience. The materials are generally very good, the wood trim looks convincing, and there's a real sense of space and comfort. One interesting quirk is that early models didn't even have a Hyundai badge on the trunk, just the Genesis wing emblem, further helping it look like something more exotic and expensive than a mere Hyundai. It was a bold move. The Hyundai Genesis sedan from this era is the thinking person's way to get a luxury experience without the luxury price tag or, frankly, the luxury maintenance bills that can sometimes accompany the German brands. It's smooth, quiet, comfortable, and packed with features. People who don't know cars well will likely assume it cost way more than you paid, and even car enthusiasts have to respect what Hyundai accomplished with this model. It proved they could build a credible luxury competitor, and today, that means you get a whole lot of car and a whole lot of fancy for your $10,000. It's a truly smart buy. So, there you have it, 5 genuinely impressive cars that offer a surprisingly upscale, fancy look and feel, all while keeping your bank account happy with a price tag under $10,000. From the sporty prestige of the BMW 3 Series and the sleek modernism of the Audi A4, to the classic elegance of the Mercedes C-Class, the bold American statement of the Ford Mustang, and the incredible value luxury of the Hyundai Genesis. There's a flavor of fancy here for almost everyone. It just goes to show you don't need to spend a fortune to drive something that makes you feel good and turns a few heads. Each of these cars brings something unique to the table, whether it's a particular design language, a renowned badge, or a host of unexpected features for the price. The key, as always with used cars, especially those that were premium when new, is to do your homework, get a pre-purchase inspection, and find a well-cared-for example. But the potential to get a truly fantastic-looking vehicle for such a modest outlay is definitely there. And it's exciting. There you have it. 5 cars that give you that luxury feel without the luxury price tag. Which one would you choose? Or is there another unsung hero of affordable fanciness that I missed? Let us know in the comments below. I read all of them, or at least I try to. And of course, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more deep dives into cool and quirky cars, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.